The idea of weird art has always attracted me. Weird art being art that doesn't follow your traditional composition, standards to anatomy, or even beauty standards. Artists such as Francis Bacon, Jeon Hessu, Jack Stauber, or David Song are examples of artists who have morphed the figure or environment to make really interesting pieces that I've resonated with. This resonance can be due to one thing that all these artists have in common. Their work involves the effects of a deteriorating mental health. Works like these are able to emit an extremely intense emotion due to their inspiration being derived from an equally as intense emotion. These artists present strong examples of art that depict a deteriorating mental health, but mental health is such a broad category that depicted poorly or too broadly can come off as unserious or vague. If art tries to represent everyone, it could end up representing no one. So, how can poor mental health be depicted in a way that resonates with people? Therapy is the most common suggestion for those who are struggling with mental illnesses and deteriorating mental health. Therapy comes in all forms in order to best accommodate an extremely broad and individualized problem. One of these therapy forms is art therapy. Art therapy is the practice of using images and symbols rather than words to communicate problems. According to the American Art Therapy Association, art therapy engages the mind, body, and spirit in ways that are distinct from verbal articulation alone. The process of using symbols and pictures to depict your problems feels less demanding than words, which tend to be more definitive, making it hard for those who don't understand what they're feeling to describe how they feel. People who tend to be referred to art therapy often have depression or anxiety, as these people are reluctant to express themselves through words. I believe what makes a product of art therapy resonate is that it comes from a place of vulnerability. People want to feel seen by others, especially when the issues they are facing involve moments of vulnerability, such as loneliness, depression, overthinking, or violence. They need comfort or the reassurance of someone or something that understands them in order to move on. Weird art can resonate with viewers who are experiencing these intense emotions due to the pieces themselves being made with said intense emotions. According to Cesar Cruz, art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. In my opinion, this is a kind of corny quote, but it frames weird art perfectly, because it describes how this kind of art represents people who have to go through struggles that others can't see. So, art is used in a way to communicate a feeling that can't be communicated through definitive words. This can be seen in the work shown before, where it's clear to see that the artist's vulnerability and emotions are visually put on display for others to possibly connect to. But I don't want to limit art that depicts mental health as only being visual. There are artists, in this case musicians, who are able to depict their mental health through art in a resonant way. The internet is a tool used by many to find the communities that they can relate to. Without the internet, a lot of weird art wouldn't reach its audience, due to the genre not being mainstream enough to have it in well-known galleries, theaters, or in this case, the radio. An artist I want to talk about who creates weird art is musician Noel Mansbridge, more commonly known online as Femtanol. Femtanol is a musical artist based in Canada who identifies as trans femme and is known for her very loud, intense, and graphic music. For this video, I want to talk about her album Chaser. A chaser refers to someone who is attracted to and fetishizes trans people for the fact that they are trans. The album is meant to depict and express Femtanol's mental health in response to how society treats and views her as a transgender person, with a large portion of society, specifically Christian fundamentalists and conservatives, harassing and shaming trans people, while the other portion fetishizes them, leading to a dehumanizing relationship between trans people and society. The album reflects Noel's anger about being dehumanized by society for being trans. This can be seen in one of her songs in the album, Girl Hell, 1999. The album talks a lot about self-degradation and harm. The lyrics, "I get to be dumb, you get to exercise control," speaks on how trans people are often criminalized or portrayed as dumb, woke, blue-hair liberals who are raising their middle fingers to God. And through this ignorant rhetoric, trans people are mistreated and dehumanized, and the people pushing that mindset becomes the ones in control. Chaser, as an album, is the byproduct of not being accepted by society for being trans. Its lyrics and overall anger are reactions to constant harassment and misrepresentation of trans people by the media. Noel's music is the audible version of a manic episode. She's jumping from idea to idea, with the only goal being to let it all out. It doesn't matter if someone's there to hear it, it just needs to get out. For when a society hates you, you will eventually learn to hate yourself and succumb to a deteriorating mental health. Through Noelle's societal struggles impacting her mental health, she is able to capture her thoughts and transform it into music that is able to resonate with other people who share the same anger of being rejected or dehumanized by society. Trans or not, Femtonol's music speaks to people through its high emotions and vulnerability. Through the internet, the idea that there are people in the world facing similar issues as us and are not only living but making art about it creates a connection that reaches deeper than just liking it. That art puts our issues into perspective, and from there acts as representations of who we really are in our vulnerable and emotional state, and reminders that we are not alone.